relativism, the belief that there is no universal, objective truth in the world, that the concepts of good and evil are subjective ideas, and that there is no common law binding everyone down to the same moral responsibility. This is the predominant life philosophy in our society today. And that's exemplified from how incredibly often we hear phrases like agree to disagree, or I'm good, you're good, or whatever floats your boat. Or how about the common habit of prefacing every potentially controversial statement with, this is just my opinion, I'm not stating any objective facts. Everyone says that nowadays, right? And we can see why easily enough. When you say you're just going off on a personal tangent, you don't appear to be shoving ideas down anyone's throats. And that might keep you from conflicting with other people, maybe, but it also isolates you in an unhealthy way. Because to say that your views are just your views means that you don't share any beliefs in common with others. So, implied in that idea is that you're always in a bubble by yourself, communicating with just yourself like a madman. And this is where we begin to see that relativism is a dangerous thing. The belief that each person has the power to determine the reality they live in suggests a world of complete isolation. A world in which we're all little gods in our own separate universes, striving for control over everyone and everything. And that suggests an experience which completely contradicts our natures. Because the fact is, we don't want to live in our own separate universes. We human beings are social creatures inherently, and we have a deep-rooted desire, an instinct for personal companionship. And personal companionship is just not possible in a world of little gods. Because in a world like that, everything's about personal control. There's no room for friendship simply because there's no room for equality and love. And why is that? Because love and equality are only possible when we're on the same level as another person. And here's the bottom line. We can only be on the same level as another person when we both share in common the same objective reality. In other words, we both need to admit that there's a force greater than ourselves which binds us equally to the same moral responsibilities. That's the only way we can achieve peace and intimacy in our society. Indeed, that's the only way we can have societies at all. So we're compelled to admit that relativism, i.e. the philosophy of subjective reality, is a fallacy. While it may be tempting to believe in it because it seems to suggest an attitude of peaceful tolerance toward personal differences, it doesn't bring people together. On the contrary, it separates people because it keeps them from reconciling their differences under the shared belief in greater moral values. In this respect, it's clear that the philosophy of relativism is simply a scapegoat for those who are too lazy or cowardly to take responsibility for actions of theirs that deep down inside they know are objectively wrong. It's an unhealthy form of escapism, really. And that's why we can't fall for it. Make no mistake, we need to believe in an objective reality for our freedom, for our equality, for our desire for friendship, and for our sanity. Because the fact is, we can't even say the phrase, truth is relative, without making an absolute statement. So let's delight in the certain knowledge that we live in a world of genuine truth. Because truth is absolutely beautiful. Thanks for watching. Hey you folks, hope you enjoyed my video. If you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Thanks again guys. Take it easy, eh?